welcome to the fucking show.
That sandwich was the only good thing going on in my life.
So you make Daddy a sandwich.
And here we go.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Where's My Sandwich podcast. I'm your host, Philly Phil, alongside everybody's favorite stepdaddy,
Jonah, what's up?
and I also got everybody's favorite mama.
Susie Q.
And if you are watching us or listening to us for the first time, we ask that you please hit that follow button, that like button, that subscribe button, that bell button, so that way you get notified every time we drop a new episode. Appreciate everybody who's actually tuned back because they found out that this is their favorite show in the entire world.
Yes, sir.
So we appreciate you guys coming back. You know what's funny? Because I went to a party this past weekend, and somebody was like, "Hey man, we listened to the podcast." I was like, "For real?" And I don't know about y'all, but I don't like to hear myself.
Me neither.
I hate it.
You do?
I fucking hate it.
I think that's a lot of people who actually record themselves and they actually do a podcast or anything like that. It's like I only go back to kind of critique myself the first time, and after that, I'm just like, all right. I can't listen to every single episode of my own episode because I was there. I know what I said.
No,
Yeah.
but it's like weird because like my like darkest secrets. It's
Yeah,
like-
and you're just like, I don't want to hear it out loud. You know?
Yeah. You know what I do in bed.
Yeah.
Ew.
Oh, God.
So we were at a party this past weekend, and one of my buddies was like, "Hey man, you know what? I listened to the show," and I was like, "You do?" He's like, "Yeah, man. As soon as it pops on, I put my earphones in at work." And I listen. He goes, "Man, y'all be talking about some wild shit, man, but I love it. It's funny, it's hilarious."
That Susie Q is outrageous.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah,
Thank you. Thank you to
you
your friend.
bring a lot of the shit.
You think so?
I think so. Yeah,
I love it.
and I think it's like
I love being needed.
Yeah,
in
you
the
are
show.
needed.
Thank
You
you.
are needed because I
Thank you.
think we've seen it before where it's just us and we don't have that third personality
Yeah.
that kind of like balances out.
Yeah.
So you bring a lot to the show.
I know. And I do want to apologize. I feel like I've been egging on you a lot.
No,
I feel like, whenever you talk, I'm like, no, this. And
No.
it's like, you know what?
that's what it is. It's a debate, and I don't mind debating.
You don't mind debating?
I don't mind debating. I mean, I'm always gonna win. I'm just kidding.
Bring
I'm
it
just
on,
kidding.
bitch.
I'm just kidding.
Bring it on, bitch.
I'm just kidding. No, but for
It's
real,
back on.
last episode, of course we had our favorite stepdaddy was not with us, and
Yeah.
you were truly missed.
What was I?
Yeah.
I heard. I mean, I watched the show. It was really good.
I mean,
I-
the show was good. Overall, the show was good, but I just feel like when it's like we developed the chemistry now to where it's like if us three are not in the same like show, it doesn't feel right.
It doesn't feel
Something's
right.
a little off.
Yeah, something's off. Exactly. You know how when you go on like vacation with your kids,
Yeah.
and like without your kids, and then like
And then
the
you feel
second
so
day-
free.
Yeah,
and
you
then
feel
you're
so
like,
free that first
What
day.
does this mean?
that second day, that you're just kind of like, man, I miss my kids.
Oh,
You ever get that?
I'm your
feeling?
kid.
No, I'm
That's
just
it.
saying, like, you have that. It's like that void you're with you all the time. That's not there. It's like you scream for a break,
Mm.
and when you have that break, you're just kind of like, man, I want them back.
It's too quiet. You're like, it's too quiet
yeah,
around
exactly.
here.
'Cause
What do I do
think-
with my life?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So how was your trip?
Man, it was good.
Where'd you go?
It was good. I went to New York.
New York.
Went to go see some family
Oh, yeah.
out there.
Did you from New York?
Yeah, yeah.
Are you from the
Where,
Bronx?
where you from? The Bay Area?
I'm not.
Oh.
I'm not from any of the boroughs. I'm from Long Island, from Hempstead.
Okay.
Wait,
So-
so like if I'm not from like Hempstead, obviously I'm not. But it's like,
You don't have any
Yeah,
street
you
cred?
are. No, Hempstead got some street cred.
Okay.
Don't get it twisted.
because whenever I'm like, oh, San Jose or San Francisco, I'm like Silicon Valley.
Yeah.
Like what do you describe Hempstead as?
No, Hempstead is
What's the nickname for it?
the
If people
the stead.
the stead.
Yeah.
Ooh.
I mean, I don't know if they still call it that
Ooh,
now.
The stead.
It's like whenever like people that that are from here, it's
Yeah.
like Dallas. Like, what do you D Town?
I'm just like, whoa, no.
What about? I've heard Triple D. What's
Triple
that?
D-
What's that
it's
about?
30 Dallas dozen. It's a basic, it's like a hip hop thing.
Oh,
okay,
Nobody
okay.
It's the
okay.
dirty D. That's people call it all kinds of
Yeah.
things, but the Triple D it really is 30 Dallas dozen.
Oh, okay. Who's the dozen?
That I haven't really like dug in that
Yeah.
far to figure out what's that mean.
All right, so don't be coming at me with all those questions about my town.
I see where you went there. I see what you did there.
Okay, so you went to the stead.
So what
Yeah.
what was your overall plan? Like, what did y'all do other than visit family?
We went. Our plan was, obviously visit family, be there for 4th of July, So see some fireworks.
Is it very American out there? 4th of July. You would think it, right? It's New York.
No, I mean, yeah, the fireworks are huge. Everybody's fucking popping fireworks, but you know they're doing it for
For the
For Biden.
for our amusement.
Yeah.
We ain't doing it. Ain't nobody dressed in American.
Is that just a South thing?
That's just a South thing.
Is it really? Because
Yeah.
I'm over here like one eyeshadow is like blue, the other one is red, and then
No,
white.
Brittany was like, where you don't have red, white, and blue on? Where's your red, white, and blue? I was like,
We're in the stead, baby.
yeah,
we don't wear that
We're
shit
in
up
the
here.
stead.
We don't wear this shit up here.
You wear that shit, you get shot.
yeah, yeah. No, they didn't care over there, but I mean, it was nice. We had a cookout. You know, we had the whole celebration. We had family over, and then we went to the zoo the next
Oh.
day. Had
Which
a-
zoo? Which zoo? Is that the only zoo out there?
You went to the
or-
Stead Zoo?
in the Bronx.
Nice.
Yeah.
Oh, you said Central Park Zoo?
No, no,
that
no.
different?
Yeah, it's a different one. I think I've been there when I was a kid.
Really?
maybe.
Is it not all
I don't
that?
remember. I don't remember.
But he just wanted to take to the Bronx. Bronx is a very well-known zoo.
Did
Yeah.
you see Jenny?
Huh?
Did you see Jenny?
Jenny from the block.
Yeah, Jenny from
No.
Block. She went there.
No, she wasn't there in
She
the block.
don't. She don't go back there no more. She's
don't?
too. No, she's too
I thought she
big.
was-
She's too
oh.
big for New York, right?
Oh, that's
She's
what I
too big
heard.
for the Bronx. He
Yeah.
saw Cardi B. That's what he saw.
Yeah.
Did you see Cardi B?
No.
Oh my God.
There
You
was
didn't see
nobody out
nobody
there.
out
There was
there.
nobody out there.
Then what do they claim New York for? I don't
Oh,
know.
you know who I did see?
Who'd you see?
I went to Coney Island and I saw that homeless guy from those Byron videos.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's dope. Bing bong.
Yeah. He was out there just drinking. People were buying him shit like
Do people
alcohol.
take pictures with him?
Yeah, they do. They
Really?
do. Yeah.
So
It's
he
like-
just like he's like his own local celebrity.
Yeah, well, I mean, he's like the boardwalk drunk, so everybody, you know,
Knows him?
they know him because he goes up to people, talks to them.
Is he kind of like what? Do you feel like he's that type of guy that be like, hey, you know me? Do you recognize me?
Yeah, I sort of felt that, and when he was going up to people, he was like, and some people were like, "Oh, fucking crazy ass drunk."
Yeah, right.
Me.
What the fuck are you?
Yeah,
I was like, hey, you're the Byron guy, ain't you?
yeah. Well,
The-
Byron,
Byron.
chicken and rice.
Yeah.
What is that? Beans and rice.
Yeah.
and Byron.
That's cool. That's crazy, man. So he's kind of like his own celebrity out there.
Yeah. So we're in Coney Island, and what else did we do? I had to catch a Yankee game.
Oh,
Yeah,
nice.
Sorry,
uh,
I'm so sorry for your loss.
I know it was so.
I heard
bad.
that was a really good game, though.
It was a
right?
good game. It
Yeah,
was
I
a
heard
good
it-
game.
I saw the highlights and I was like, hey,
Yeah.
Jonathan was there.
Yeah, it was. I
Well,
was just
well, that's the one when they're like the Yankees have lost their
They
18th game.
they lost the Red Sox, right?
Yeah, they did.
Oh, that's the worst game to go to.
Yeah,
So,
it was
were you ready
it
to
was the
fight?
beginning of the rivalry. No, it was good. The whole you know everybody was.
Is it the rivalry that everybody talks about? Because you know how like for Dallas, it's more like the Eagles, and the Eagles come to play the Cowboys. It's like
Yeah.
a big rivalry. Or if it's like the Eagles and the Giants, or the Eagles and the Redskins, like you have that big rivalry. Well, now I guess it's like Dallas and 49ers. But over there, is it like the Yankees and the Red Sox?
I mean, I would say it's not like how it was back then,
Hmm.
but now, like when the Yankees were up, when we were up, everybody's like, yeah, and then once it started turning around, then you hear the Red Sox fan, everybody's just like quiet, and I'm like, what's this?
Is New York more of a baseball town than it is a football town?
I would say it is.
Yeah,
Yeah.
They're like more hype about the Yankees than they are about they got the Jets, and then you have the Giants.
Yeah. We
Because
got
you
the
know
Jets
over
and
here it's
Giants.
all
and the
about
Mets.
yeah. Over here it's all about
Football.
it's all football down here. I mean, yes, the Rangers are doing the thing, but they won. But I feel like people talk a lot of mess about the Cowboys,
Mhm.
right? But when it comes football season, like
Everyone to be a
everybody's
Cowboy.
a
American
Cowboy fan.
Well, have you seen that they were talking about a post online saying that they should strip the Cowboys from the America's
The
team? Yeah. Have
Yeah,
you seen
there's-
that?
I mean, they've been trying to do that since the '80s, and ever since. You know what's funny that name, the
They
Ameri-
still,
But that's
they
when
still
they were
can't
winning.
keep that. They still can't keep their name out of.
you
their
know,
mouth,
but you know
so-
where that name, you know where they originated from, right?
No.
America's team.
No.
Like why
take
they
me to
call
school.
it. So this happened back in the '70s, right? When Roger Staubach and all them were, because the Cowboys were the big team. So I would say the Cowboys back then was equivalent to like now. Let's say
The Dallas
40
Cowboys.
No, like there was like the team buildup was more like the Patriots. You know, when the Patriots was winning all these
Yeah.
football games, and then everybody was like, "Oh, the Cowboys were kind of like in that back in the '70s."
Okay.
Even though they won like 2 Super Bowls back then, but like it was
Shit, I'll
it was
take
a
that.
main it was a main attraction for the Cowboys.
Mhm.
So there was this guy. I think he was a writer for NFL, or he was a documentary person, and he made the documentary about the Cowboys. So he had to kind of find a slogan for the Cowboys, kind of like an attention grabber, just like news headlines. They do that. So he remembers that he was doing the documentary, and one thing, he couldn't figure out what to call him. So he looked up and he saw the American flag, and when he saw the American flag, it was at the old Texas Stadium. And the flag was literally flying, was like waving, like, I guess, above the hole. So it kind of like stood out to him. So that's what clicked. He's like, oh, let me call it the America's team. So that's when he wrote it, and then it just stuck ever since because of that one documentary.
50 years later.
So
stuck.
it's not really like somebody
Yeah.
like a lot of people just like, oh, that's what they started calling it. It was because one man was there trying to figure
a journalist.
a journalist basically trying to find something that's going to stick to the Cowboys in this documentary that he was making about it. And then he looked up, he saw the American flag, and he was like, you know what? Let me put this in here.
It's so funny because when I went to California last year, I'm from the Bay Area. Literally, like, where my family lives is like this. Yeah,
The 49ers?
the Levi Stadium is like 10 minutes away from them, and they're like, man, fuck America's team. We're America's team, and all this. Like, they fucking hate the Cowboys.
Yeah, I mean, everybody does. It is what it is. But I mean, that's exactly where the name originated, just from a journalist, and it just spiraled out of control. And now it's like you really can't take that away because that was back in the 70s, and then back then that's when they started calling Roger Staubach Captain America, because that's it was a time where it all formed, and that's basically how.
Speaking of 49ers, have y'all been watching Receivers on Netflix?
No.
But okay, they got George Kittle in there,
Yeah.
and he's in 49ers. Like, I fucking hate George Kittle.
What?
I heard he's
annoying. I feel like he tries to be funny. Like,
Yeah.
he knows that he's on Netflix or whatever,
Yeah.
so he tries to be like funny and then they showed it where it, when they beat the Cowboys 10-40, whatever.
Yeah, when
it was.
he said fuck the Cowboys.
And he said fuck the Cowboys, and it
or
was
he
like,
said fuck Dallas.
fuck Dallas or whatever. And he's like, I just looked it up on Pinterest, and that's what came up or whatever.
You know what's crazy is that
And I was like, you know what? I fucking hate Kansas City, but I'm glad y'all lost 2 times against Tennessee in the damn Super Bowl.
I tell you what, Netflix, when they're around doing their documentaries, I don't know if you ever seen like people that the amount of crew that rolls with Netflix when they're doing documentaries. It's pretty wild because, like, I wouldn't say I was a part of, but I've got to participate a lot in the American Cheerleaders, the cheerleading segment that's in the Netflix. So there was stuff that we set up for them, and they're just stuff that they let us know that they were coming, and then the stuff they supply. But the amount of crew that they bring, it's ridiculous. It's crazy, but it's
Are they nice people?
For the most part, some of them, like when they request for something, they're very respectful. They're not very high demanding. Your house. They're not very high demanding. I mean, they can be, but at some point, like, it's when we conversate with the producers, it's like a one-on-one conversation. Like, hey, this is what we need, because basically, it just depends on who you get. Like, all producers and all directors are different. Their personalities. If anybody's ever worked in television, you'll think that they're very being a dick, basically, but they're really not. They're just very, I wouldn't say demanding people, but they're very straightforward people because they know what they want and they only have a certain amount of time to get it.
Time is money for them.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Basically, that's why you learn a lot about people who are very much in a hurry. They're like, it seems like they're rude, but they're not. They're just like trying to get it in an orderly fashion in a time because everything's timed out.
Yeah.
So, especially when you deal with producers and directors. And when you're in the moment, like, it gets very, very stressful to the point where it can kind of come off as being a dick.
Yeah.
So, it's just, once you go into that world and you see it, because I remember the first time that I've ever like came across, like, when I very started getting into the television area, and I was dealing with the producers or I was dealing with directors, and like, they're very like just nonstop. Like, their mind is just constantly going throughout the whole show because they're the ones that put on the show.
They're geniuses.
They're just minds are so working. And if you mess up anything, or if you interrupt them, or if you just even get slightly off of their vision of what they're trying to do, you're gonna get your ass chewed out. And then like you'll become like a heated. I've seen people like go at it, like fighting while they're trying to do the show. And it's once the show's over, everybody's like, good job, everybody, good job. Hey, and they'll hug each other, but like, hey man, I'm sorry about the, instead
sorry for calling you a cunt.
Yeah,
sorry.
yeah. Oh man, don't worry about it. Yeah, it's all good. But hey man, the show is really good, man. Yada yada. And I've seen Like you see that stuff.
So it's like no hard feelings. And
Yeah,
stuff.
it's no hard feelings. It's part of the business.
Yeah.
It's part, especially when you're in a high position job and you're having to everything's time coded. Because like when I even when we prepare for the show, I tell y'all like this is how much time we have. This is how much this. But when you're dealing with a real show, a real actual show, they have it timed down to the second.
Yeah.
To the very second. They'll have like 10. Like if you have a run a show sheet, they'll say like 10 o'clock start time. 10:02 this video, 10:03:56 this one needs to happen. Like in order for everything to flow properly, to get it in a certain time frame that you're trying to get it to. Plus, if you have sponsorships, if you have people that other people you're having to cater to because they paid money,
yes,
to get into that program, it's very stressful,
so,
and very high demand.
I'm not gonna say where I work at, but in our marketing team. Mm-hmm. So during the Dallas Cowboys season, during football season, mm-hmm. for a 30-second commercial. Mm-hmm. And I don't know if it was gonna be at the stadium or like in the commercial slot on TV.
Probably for CBS.
It was like around $65,000.
Yeah, it's very.
They were like, we're gonna pass.
Yeah. It's very pricey just because the amount of eyes that are basically gonna be on.
Yeah,
because a lot of people
going back to it's America's team.
Well, if it's a local channel, if it's a local channel, you got to think about all the amount of local people who don't watch it on ESPN or anything like that.
Yeah,
like the amount of eyes that are going to be on it, because basically the way they determine their show is like how many viewerships they get. So that's how you can able to determine like, hey, this is how much it's going to cost, because you're $65,000 may seem like a lot, but think about all the eyes that are on it. And then once they see the commercial, how many times you seen a commercial, you're like, damn, that looks good. Hey, do y'all want to go eat this?
Whataburger.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So
Buffalo chicken sandwich is back.
Yeah, so it makes you want to go get it. So you're basically paying for people to come, to your store. Yeah, basically.
Well, anyways, going back to America's team.
Go ahead.
The baseball.
Oh, the baseball.
Right? Are the Yankees considered America's team? Like for
they're the
baseball?
world's team. Because you got people all over the world with the Yankee hat.
Yeah.
I mean, come on.
Yeah,
that's iconic.
How much did Aaron Judge already get his contract, or is he?
Oh, you're asking the wrong guy. I don't know about monies and stuff.
You don't know about you don't be looking all
contracts?
I don't. I used to like. I know who the world's the most highest player in the world is, the sports player of anything. That's even with the team and even with endorsements.
Who's
the number one?
Oh my gosh. Wait, he's a soccer player and your son loves him.
Okay, what's his name?
Oh my gosh.
Messi.
No, it's not.
It's Messi.
It's not Messi. It's Cristiano Ronaldo.
Yeah, Ronaldo's the highest player in the world. And then I think after him is Messi.
Messi?
Yeah. And LeBron James is number literally number 6, number 7. Mbappe. Actually, you know what? Mbappe's number 2. Either number 2 or number 1.
I like Mbappe.
Mbappe's number
Where's
2.
Bronny at on that?
Who?
Bronny.
He's a trust baby. He's a trust fund baby.
Yeah, he's not even on the 50. Aaron Rodgers is on the list.
Aaron Rodgers?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he's okay. Aaron Judge signed which I think it's kind of low for a
400?
baseball player. 9 years for $360 million.
That's not. Depending on how many games they play too.
And it's around $40 million a year. So around Dax.
But what's the endorsement? So you have the salary for the team, and then you have the endorsements.
I know, but like for baseball, you know how some of them who is it? Like Aaron
Rodriguez, Alex Rodriguez.
Yeah, Alex Rodriguez. You know how they just stopped
paying him for the Rangers.
The Rangers just stopped paying him last year.
No, I think it was 3 years ago.
You know what I mean? He was being
but he was being paid a lot of money.
Then,
hey, that's the kind of way.
But you know what? And as soon as they stopped paying him, they got all these people. We got a world.
And that's to be honest, that's how it works. So a lot of, especially when you start seeing their facilities starting to get rebuilt or whatnot, you'll notice the team starts declining because a lot of their money, even though they say that the salary cap and then the facility money is different, I feel like it's somewhat, it kind of plays
correlates
part
together.
Of it. Yeah, I feel like it kind of hurts the ownership or whoever is partnership of owning the team. I think it kind of starts hitting the bank a little bit to the point where they say they're in 2 different slots, but I don't think it is. My personal opinion.
20 billion.
Yeah.
Cut it short.
Yeah.
But...
I don't know. It depends on
how much I get paid right now?
Yeah.
Because I think the stadium, the AT&T Stadium, would cost over It was literally over 1.2 billion just to build.
Isn't that
Yeah.
wasn't that out of his pocket too?
It was out of their savings account. A lot of Jerry Jones and Gene Jones's. Of course, I think some of the city had a little bit of influence to put in there, but they already got paid back. So, but that's why Jerry owned, and it's crazy too. Like, I don't know if you want to get into the partnership of other stadiums, like how they work.
Oh, how
It's-
he's part.
no, like
Oh.
the fact that like everything goes through there, it all runs through the Joneses. Right? It's the Joneses make all the decisions of what gets thrown in there, what the contracts are. Like they're the ones that are in full control of that stadium, and you have other stadiums that are owned by different business groups.
Yeah.
So like there's a lot of miscommunication of what owns
Like-
what.
Like Green Bay Packers, right?
Mhm.
They're all in a what do you call
Like
it?
Atlanta, let's take for instance Mercedes-Benz Stadium for Atlanta. That's a big one. Okay, so you have Mercedes-Benz Stadium, and they're owned by like 3 different people. You got them.
Oh, it's not by the same guy.
Oh no.
Oh, I thought it
It's
was.
owned. I mean, you have the Falcons in there. You have Atlanta United in there, and then you have what's the other? There's another person that takes over. Oh, and there's a business group. So you have events and things going on. It has to go through like 3 different people.
Mm.
So like let's take for instance, let's say if they have a show ready prepared. Like let's say a Falcons have the show and they have everything loaded up ready to go, right? And let's say Atlanta United comes in after them. They have to literally rebuild everything because they cannot use anything of the Falcons.
Oh, so they
Even
just hit
e-
each other.
Yeah. No, it's just because it's all different money coming in. And
Mm.
Yeah.
even so if you have concerts that come in or any other, like take for instance the soccer that was there, that comes in through another group. So they got to rebuild all in there as well. See,
Yeah.
with the Joneses is all in one big pot.
So it's easier to manage.
Oh yeah, it's way easier to deal with.
So after your Yankees game, what'd you do?
We went home after that
Oh,
loss.
because you were depressed.
Yeah, I was
Because
heartbroken.
you're a true Yankees fan.
Yeah,
So you're
well,
depressed.
it was my first time driving through the Bronx, like in the Bronx.
Yeah.
And goddamn, the fucking traffic there it's wild. It's crazy.
Were you clenching your
navigating.
butt? Like whenever I get like in traffic here, like when I've been somewhere where I haven't been and I have to drive
Uh-huh.
through traffic, I have to look at the navigation system,
Yeah.
watch out where I'm going.
No,
the
no.
whole time I'm like clenching on my
that's
ass.
that's how I had to do it because on the drive back, I had the GPS on and I was following it. My wife was having a conversation with my cousin, and when I ended up getting lost, I added like 30 minutes to our drive.
my
Oh my
God.
Yeah, it was bad.
God.
Is the
And-
traffic way bad in New York?
Yeah, it's bad.
Is
I
it?
mean, it's only there's not a lot of ways to go to where you're going. It's
Straight.
everybody's getting going that same way though.
Yeah.
So it's like
So it makes sense why people take the subway and like
because it gets faster.
well, you the subway system is more like in the boroughs, not where.
okay,
I'm
sorry,
from.
sorry.
You
We're
gotta
talking
take
out
the
of
bus.
our
Yeah.
expertise. I'm sorry. I'm
Right.
sorry.
I'm gonna have to take you. I'm gonna have to take you.
Earlier I did tell him, I was like, next time you go to New York, we're just gonna tag along, and he was just like, I was like, are you embarrassed of us?
What about the beach?
The beach was nice. I mean,
No shark attacks over there, like
no,
over here.
No, and you know what's the funny thing? That was my first before when I was making this plan to go out of town. I was planning to go to South Padre, and I saw like that they were having a lot of tropical storms, and I was like, I'm probably skip it because
Yeah,
everything's still expensive out there.
yeah.
They ain't going down on the prices. I was like, fuck that. I'm gonna just book a flight, and I could just stay with one of my cousins over there.
Yeah.
Hey, that's the way to do it, man.
And you already know you were around,
And you had
like,
you had a good time.
Yeah, we had a great time.
That's all that
And-
matters.
yeah.
And yeah, when I was seeing those videos of that shark attack, I was like, holy shit.
What would you do if that was your wife out there? Like, what's your like? Let's say that Brittany's in the beach,
Uh-huh.
right? And a shark got her leg.
And we'll be back after these messages.
You would just leave her out there?
I wouldn't get in. I wouldn't get in. See ya.
And you know that Joe where it says, all right, so you have your wife on one side
Yeah.
on a cliff and you have the other person on the cliff. Who would you save?
Me.
If you live in the DFW area, you know these storms have been hitting us left and right. You want to call the right people for your roofing needs. They are experienced roofers. They offer free inspections and it's quality that you can count on. Call True Homes at 817-888-5101 for $250 off for your next roof. And just because they like a little bit of sandwich, they're going to throw you a little gift card. Again, that number is 817-888-5101. All right, so even though Jonah went on vacation, I had my own little vacation earlier this week as well. But only went for 3 days. You were gone for like, what, a week?
Yeah, I was just gone for like 5 days.
5 days?
Yeah.
That's all we need is 5 days.
Man, it just took me 3 days. I feel like 3 days is enough, especially when you're dealing with kids.
Oh, yeah. When you're dealing with kids, 1 day is
We'll take it at a day-by-day basis.
Yeah. So, I mean, I went to a place called Kalahari in Round Rock, Texas with friends of ours and, my wife took our kids. So it was like just a big indoor water park.
Yeah.
And it was like a big hotel where you can, stay in, and there's like a lot of things to do. So not only did they have indoor water park, they had an outdoor water park. And they have like a big old arcade. It was called Tomfooleries Arcade.
Mm-hmm.
But to me, I don't know. I feel like it was a little bit overpriced for what was available. Even the arcade, it was kind of like a mixture of like Dave and Buster's meets Urban Air. The good Urban Air, not the one that was from hell. But the good urban air that has the zip line and the rock climbing.
Is that all included in your price, or that's
no?
extra?
The arcade is not. There's rides in the arcade that's included with your price, but as far as playing the games, no, that's a whole different other.
So what's general admission ticket?
Man, I saw a general admission ticket for the indoor water park, and it was $135.
Shit.
So I was just like, man.
So what does that include?
I don't know. I have no idea. General admission, I guess.
You paid for that for the kids to be
just to get in.
Yeah, just to get in. But so if you stay there, you pay for the hotel, you pay for either the all day wristbands, the via, you can do all this other stuff, and you can ride the rides and stuff like that inside the arcade park. But even in the arcade, like the rides weren't like, oh my God, scary,
So I'm guessing you just wouldn't go back again.
No, you're so enthusiastic about it. I'm like looking at you and you're
okay, so
try to sell us.
I'd rather go to Hurricane Harbor. Let's put it that way.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because like the lifeguards there, like I get it. Like they're very like
kids.
very, very kids, pay attention. And they have a ton of lifeguards on there.
Okay, so safety is not a concern.
Safety is not a concern there. It just gets to a point where it starts getting too over safety concerns to the point where it's like, damn, let them be kids. Or at some point, it's just kind of like, damn, let the parents be parents. Like if they drown, they drown.
Oh,
That's
not
really,
on my watch. Not on my watch.
no,
baby.
but I'm saying, okay, let's take for instance. All right, so there's a big kid section.
They're gonna take away my lifeguard
and it's not
certificate.
it's not even like deep. It's like knee wall.
Yeah.
Like
Knee high.
Yeah, knee high water. You know what I'm saying? Even maybe stomach for some kids to the stomach part. Okay. Now they have like a bunch of different slides for kids to go up, and there's like 5-6 slides that kids are just going down. And then I think up there they have at least about 3 lifeguards up there.
Okay.
So, but the inconsistency of the lifeguards is what kind of like made it like, all right, like just chill out, because they do shift changes. So my kid will go up there, and my kid's about I would say he's maybe 3 feet. 4 foot. Well, I don't know how tall do you think?
He's not 3 feet because my son's 3 feet.
Okay, so let's say 4 feet. Like he's about 3.5, 4 feet tall. Okay, and they have if you got to be at least 46 inches.
Yeah, because he's like at your shoulders.
My son?
Yeah.
No.
It's 4 feet. He's at your shoulder. Just kidding.
No, so like
so
he goes
was actually
up there
drowning.
And, he's going up there, he's getting ready to slide, and they let him slide, and then another lifeguard comes in, and as soon as he gets up there, tries to do the exact same thing he was doing, they're like, hey, you need a life vest. He's like, well, I mean, I just slid like 20 times already without one. Now I need a life vest? Like, why? So they're like, you can't slide unless you have a life vest. But this is shift change.
I would be like, motherfucker, do you know how much my dad paid for this shit?
Yeah, so it's just kind of, so King comes back, it's like, he's all sad. I'm like, what's wrong, dude? He goes, they said I need a life vest. I was like, well, we'll get a life vest. He goes, I've been on the slide like already like 1,000 times. I don't need a life vest.
Did you Disney World then be like, I paid too much goddamn money for y'all to fucking complain?
Yeah, I should have, but I was like, man, just go put a life vest on. He goes, all right. I said, just wait for like another 15 minutes to where they change. Yeah. Well, when another person comes and changes, they have another lifeguard. So he goes down there, and now they said, oh, you can't wear goggles.
But
Yeah.
Why? Okay, what?
Exactly.
I would have went up to be like, tell me what the safety concern of the life goggles are. I mean, the eye
No, but it's
goggles
just
are.
like, but then he leaves, and then it goes back to he can just go and do it freely.
Regular.
So it's just kind of like it's the inconsistency of all the
Yeah.
lifeguards.
That's annoying.
That's annoying. Like it's a power trip thing. Like say for instance, like we went on this lazy river, and we have our 8-month daughter, right? So they can only have the tubes that are in there. So we had brought us like one of the baby ones, you know, where she can sit her in and she can kind of like just sit up on her own, and it's kind of wrapped around her with the sun blocking her, you know, just a regular little kid floaty one. Soon as we get in there, one of us stops us like, hey, you can't bring that in. And they're like, why? It's because there's waves. We don't want to tip over the baby.
It's not regulation.
That makes
So I was
sense.
like, I was like, you know what? You're right. She goes, she could be in here. You just gotta put her on your lap. Or if you're gonna be in the tube, she's gotta be with you. Like you gotta be holding on to her.
So this is not a lazy
that's
river.
safer.
Yeah, because it's the lazy rivers, like it comes up, like if you're standing up for adults, it comes up to your thighs.
Yeah, but what are they talking about? Waves.
But why are there waves in the lazy river?
Well, it's just something they just kind of like implemented to make the like
the flow.
The flow of it, and it's like just give it more of like, you know, a reason to be, you know, have fun and stuff. So we're like, okay, cool, that we can understand that. So she ends up holding the baby and she's doing the thing, and then we go around like 20 times. Once again, lifeguard changes. So she's in there again. My wife's holding her, and then somebody out there blows a whistle at us. Hey, she needs to be in a life vest.
Oh, I would have carried out.
So I was just like,
can I speak to the damn manager?
Like, okay, so you're the only one that's blowing the whistle at us, and we've already passed 6 lifeguards, and none of them said anything. So this one just out of nowhere just blows us. Hey, she needs a life vest.
Did you say anything?
No, I just said all right, and I just kept on rolling. Like, what am I gonna do? There's no way for me to get out because I was in because they walk around the lazy river, and there's only like 3 exit points.
You're so nice.
So I'm just kind of like, all right, whatever, and then I just like just keep on floating, and then just continue on. Then by the time we got back around, he was already gone. So I was just like. The inconsistency of that place it kind of ruins it a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Like at some point you got to let parents be parents, you know? Like my kid coming down the slide with the life vest. If I know he can, if the water's like up to his knees, I don't care for him to have a life vest.
Well, the bad thing though is that like Round Rock is a very rich city, right? Like it's by Austin, right? Mm-hmm. Kids are damn spoiled over there. So sometimes kids overpower their parents, and the lifeguard's like, okay, well, some parents don't parent. I think that's like the bad side about it, you know.
Well,
and
I mean,
even though you do parent, you're the good parent. You're the good. You're the good parent. You're the good parent.
Shit.
But like that's annoying.
It is annoying.
I would have been like, okay, where's who's Mr. Life supervisor best?
Yeah.
And I need him to come here and explain me the rules and explain y'all the fucking rules because y'all ain't consistent. Every time I turn around, there's a different damn rule.
Yeah, there's another one where like we walk up in there, like they're like in the indoor. This was just the outdoor. So you go inside the indoor, you have the kid, you know, we have the big old kid play section. You have the big old water slides and all kinds of stuff on there. And then, you know, we were walking up, we had Crocs on and stuff, and we are about to get into the one pool that, you know, produces all the waves and stuff. So we walk up there, and then there's, you know, you see tons of shoes like around there because people are just throwing down their Crocs. They're getting in the water. And that's what we're doing. So my son and me, we walk up, and then we take off our Crocs right there, like right where the water comes up. To like, and then as soon as we get in, they blow the whistle. Hey, you got to move your shoes. It's in the way. I'm like,
what about the other ones?
Yeah, but what about all these 50,000 ones on this?
Was it the same lifeguard? This sounds like a discrimination case.
No, this is just different lifeguards have different rules, and that's what the annoying part is. It's like there's no consistency in that lifeguard area.
Yeah, it's like a control thing.
Yeah, it is. It's like literally you have like 100 lifeguards, and they all have different rules.
Yeah,
and it's weird. So. I was like, man, I paid over like all this amount of money.
No, it's expensive. Those water parks are expensive.
So it's just kind of like, So I think that right there kind of like just kind of killed the vibe for me. And then so now I'm just like, you know what? I'm just gonna, you know,
just go with the flow.
Yeah, just go with the flow. Like, hey, whatever they say, I'm tired of like fighting with all of them or asking questions why. Like, none of them are gonna give me a real answer. So they're just going to be like, well, that's just the rules. It's like, where in the rules does it say that?
Yeah, where does the rules does it say that?
So there's even like people like they even say like you can't bring Stanley tumblers and stuff in there. But as soon as you walk in, you see the whole area full of Stanley cups.
God damn.
So it's just like, well,
Yeah.
I mean,
They even have a Stanley shop in there or something.
Yeah. Were they trying to like sell y'all Stanley cups in there? No. Was the food good in there?
Good question. Good question.
It was all right. Like it wasn't nothing.
And you're
like,
not a picky eater, so for
No,
you to
I'm
say
not.
it was all right.
No, it was all right. Like there's this one night a fancy place called I think it's called Cut It or something like that, and it's like a steakhouse.
Okay.
And so we dressed up nice, and but it's just kind of like Texas Roadhouse. Like I'm not knocking it, but I'm just saying like you would expect if you go to a fancy restaurant to have
Texas Roadhouse is not fancy for you.
I mean, it's not that fancy. It's just that it's more like
he got money, Jonathan. He got money.
No. I think what he's saying is that for what he was expecting.
Yeah,
I
for what it
know.
looked.
I wanted to roast him.
for the price that I'm paying, I'd expect like
How much was the steak? Can I guess?
Go ahead.
Like 54.
Yeah, it was about $40-something a steak.
God
45,
damn.
yeah, $30-something a steak. And like I said, I mean, you would expect it to be like a different type of vibe because it's
meat.
Different type of
Another
like,
kangaroo meat this time.
Yes.
I wanted to eat like
An elephant.
I felt like I was
Kalahari Resort.
Yeah, I felt like I was eating elephant steak, but no, I'm eating a possum steak. So
Would you eat a possum?
Hell no, I wouldn't eat them fuckers.
Oh my gosh, possums hate me.
Possums hate everybody. You never see them when they see them, they're like,
No, dude. Like the other day, I was leaving for work, and it was just broad daylight, like at 7 in the morning. Like how the sun comes out now, like at 5 in the morning.
yeah.
And it was just carrying its babies, and I was like, aren't they supposed to be nocturnal animals
Like
At night.
at night?
No.
Okay, let's give you a lesson.
Yeah, go ahead.
Nocturnal.
Yeah.
No, they
means-
do move at night
Damn.
mostly.
They're nocturnal means night.
Yeah.
Like,
no.
but
But
are
I'm
they-
just saying, like, like maybe they had kids with them.
it was like all over her.
Yeah, maybe she wasn't able to sleep.
But
Yeah.
what is it? Doesn't that mean they have rabies or something when they're just out and about? Like that means that they're not scared of you.
Actually, possums. Here I go with my facts.
Go ahead.
Possums. They only live 3 years.
Really?
That's their max life.
Really?
Yeah. And they got something that in their blood or I don't know what the fuck. I'm not a biologist, but they can't get rabies.
Oh, they can't?
Nope.
So what diseases do they carry?
STDs?
None.
They don't carry no
They
diseases?
don't carry no disease.
So they can be good pets?
Hell fuck no.
That's
You got
another.
me. Yeah, let me bring a possum to the house.
Oh!
Bro, my wife would fucking cry. Like, I remember this one time when we were...
Look, are they the prettiest looking? No,
No,
but
they're
I've
hideous.
seen some people that have possums as pets online. Not
They got you.
no,
Ugh.
yeah.
Cause
Cause...
I mean, most of them are Mexican, so that's you
No, I
guys.
remember when there's one...
Zoom in.
okay, papusa.
Well, what do y'all got? Raccoons or what?
Yeah, we got raccoons.
Is that what y'all kill out there? Raccoons?
No, we don't eat that. That's white people.
No, so like one
That's
time
the 4th of Julyers. Okay.
we went to I used to go to a gym, Planet Fitness over in Grand Prairie, and every time we would park in this corner area, right? And soon as this was me and my wife first dating, and then we ended up parking like next to the garbage can or whatnot. And every night, like we would go in the evening time, and every time we would come out, we would see a line of them on the fence because they had a gated fence on the fence, just lined up
To get their food?
just to go to the garbage. And then my wife would see it, and she would literally like cry.
I
My
cry.
God.
Okay, so I cry when it comes to possums.
Yeah.
Literally, I see one, I'll just start. Like right now, I want to cry
Why?
because they're hideous. Have you seen their
bro.
fucking tail? Oh my god!
Ugh.
And roaches. If I
No.
see a roach,
But okay.
Can you imagine? I've seen some videos where people are like trying to figure out why their car's not working, and then they open up the fucking hood and it's a possum in there just sleeping.
ow!
Can you imagine lifting up the hood and then seeing the possum?
I will
just
throw
sitting
up
there?
on him, and then like the possum will
What?
throw back at me, and I'll
Ah.
die.
She'll be like,
Ah!
You guys are come on.
"What?
You
I'm
like
pro-
possums?
I'm pro animal over here.
Oh,
Like
fuck them
possums?
animals."
I've-
What do possums do for you?
They eat ticks, mosquitoes. I
Ticks?
think. Yeah.
Well,
they eat,
obviously
like,
they
all
ain't
the
doing their
bugs.
fucking job because I always get bit by mosquitoes. So obviously they
Hey,
ain't doing
dog,
something right.
They
Fuck them.
They out here doing their best. It's hard when they only live 3 years and we're running them over.
They have a year training.
Yeah.
They have a year training and 1 year to be good and the third year to die.
Yeah. And sleep in cars, apparently.
Yeah, that's where they die at the most. I'm like, just
Oh my gosh,
they
no.
get fucking shot.
I remember one time I was coming home. I used to go to Hot Works, right? So like I was coming back and I look and it was like nighttime, right? So I look outside in the roof and like its eyes were like red.
Yeah,
And it was just staring at me. And I really thought, I called AJ. I was like, AJ. And he's like, what? I was like, AJ, I need you to like come down here, please. And he was like, why? And I was like, there's a possum. He was like, okay, like what the fuck do you want me to do? I was like,
I mean, for real, like, what do you want them to do? You want to kill it?
I don't know, but be my savior, you know?
But
They don't harm
not gonna
anybody.
jump
They
in-
don't bite you.
yeah,
They don't-
Shit, you ain't seen
They
them
don't
teeth?
jump on you? They don't jump on you.
Nah, because
No.
they'll play dead.
Have you seen
Their
one?
defense mechanism
Have you
play
seen
dead.
one jump on you?
It hasn't jumped. I'm obviously still alive.
All right.
So.
Obviously,
You're-
AJ's
first
there
of all,
to
you're
save.
not gonna die if it happens.
Obviously, AJ's there to save her.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're telling me a possum doesn't jump on you?
I mean, I haven't seen a video of it, but it hasn't jumped on me.
Yo, if anybody has a video of possums jumping on
Oh,
them,
hold
let
on.
me know.
And I forgot to add roaches, crows,
Oh,
and possums.
Crows?
crows.
Crows are crows are evil.
Yeah, they are, but I can't tell the difference between that and a regular bird.
Yeah, just don't fuck with them.
Crows, you know, if you like, let's say you're cleaning your car, right?
Yeah.
And you accidentally, you're cleaning, you know how you're throwing shit out the car?
Yeah,
And you accidentally like flick them with a piece of gum. They're like, all right, bitch. Like they remember you.
really.
Yes.
Yep, this is true.
I don't know like any crows.
If you go to the grocery store, like to Kroger, and you're getting
Yeah.
a cart and you're like, shoosh.
What do
like,
they sound like?
Caw. I don't know.
I think it's a
Fuck you,
rooster.
bitch. Fuck you, bitch. They literally remember you and your car. They memorize your license plate number.
Really? That's the third eye raven.
Yeah, there's videos like people train them to like bring shiny stuff, so they could bring like jewelry, coins. They're really.
I've
intelligent.
seen like even the raven. Is that what they are? They're different birds.
Going back to Game of Thrones,
Yeah.
ravens are the ones that bring the messages and stuff. They're smart and evil.
I mean, pigeon.
Yeah,
No.
they bring in pigeon. You can send a pigeon.
You can send a pigeon too.
Yeah, I mean Harry Potter. They use what, owls?
I
Yeah.
don't know, but I fucking hate crows.
Which one animal that you can't stand?
An animal like mosquitoes. Hands
Well, that's
down.
not-
I don't even
that's
have
insect.
the. That's fucking-
Okay, what animal gives you the ick?
Yeah,
What animal gives me the ick? I can't think of one right now.
I could tell you mine.
Bro.
A fucking snake.
Ugh.
I would fucking pass. I don't give a
Why?
fuck if it's a garden snake. I'll pass out. I don't know
What's
what it
wrong
is.
with y'all?
I don't know what it is. I've tried my whole like they used to have. Remember, y'all used to have y'all used to have a bowl constructor.
We had a python, ball python.
They had a python, and then they had one. And I was just like, you know what? Let me get over my fear. Let me get over my fear.
Oh, yeah.
I got it. And I was like, they're like, just put it on you. I said, all right. So I said I could do this. I started pumping, like just motivating myself. You know what I'm saying? Get myself. I was like, it's just all in my head. It's all in my
Yeah,
head.
it's all psychology.
Yeah, it's all psychology. And I said, all right. So I'm like, all right, bring him out the cage. So,
Yeah.
man, as soon as he put it on as soon as I felt the skin, my whole body my whole body just paralyzed.
Yeah, because he wasn't looking. He was like,
I wasn't
tell
even
me-
trying
He was
to
like, tell
look.
me when it's on, and I was like, yeah, it's my weenie.
Was it slimy and wet?
I was wondering why. I was like, this is a small python. I said, it didn't go past my
It's
finger.
chunky. It's chunky.
It didn't go past my finger.
It's chunky and slimy.
I thought it was an earthworm. No, but as soon as they put it on there and I felt it, man, like my whole body just froze up. I felt paralyzed and I just like, I couldn't speak. I couldn't move. And I was just like, get it off of me. Get it off of me.
You were jizzing while his dick was on your hand.
Yeah, probably. I felt like it. And you also had a bearded dragon, right?
Yeah,
Oh, those are
we had
good.
a
I
bearded
mean,
dragon.
those are-
Shit, that motherfucker, I put it on my hand. And as soon as he like went
Oh,
on my
yeah,
shoulder,
yep.
I don't know what it is. I almost died.
You went memes.
I was like, as soon as I was like, oh, he's cute. And he just, and I was like,
Uh-uh.
yeah, I don't know what it is. I don't know. It just, If you're not a human, don't touch me.
So,
Unless
alright.
it's a dog, even my dog, I'm just like,
What about, is lice considered a...
oh my God. Fleas is one other thing. I have been traumatized by fleas.
Fleas? Like a shitload of fleas. It can't be just
No,
one flea.
Yeah, flea. I got traumatized.
One flea,
by-
and that's all.
Yeah,
Needs to
as soon
start.
as I feel one flea, I'm getting rid of whatever fucking animals in that house. I don't give a fuck if it belonged to the family for the past 12 years. That motherfucker's gotta go.
I'm traumatized by like I've never gotten lice, but like I'm always checking Elijah's hair for lice because I'm just like that shit ain't coming to my house. Like,
Yeah.
Have you ever had lice, Phil?
When I was little.
Yeah, me too.
is it hard to get rid of or?
It's not really. You just gotta like it's like a comb you can borrow. Buy a comb.
Yeah.
And then you have special shampoo that you can use. You just gotta constantly just keep up with it because like if you have to throw away your bed sheets and all that stuff because it lives inside, almost like bed bugs.
Yeah.
But you also have to kind of like keep aware of where is it coming from? So they come from other people, especially kids.
Yeah,
you know?
that's where majority of the time it comes from.
It's
Like,
to come from kids.
Yeah.
So for like boys, I guess it's just easy. I can just shave off.
Yeah,
the rest
exactly. It's girls that are having
It's hard, yeah.
It's harder to do. But once you have lice, it's kind of for girls it is suck because you have longer hair
Yeah.
and it's harder to keep. It's harder to maintain.
Yeah,
Oh, God.
what we'd had to do when we were little is there's a shampoo. We put the shampoo, and then my mom would like wrap our heads with like a trash bag, and we would have to have it for I forgot like 30 minutes or an hour or something.
But it worked.
Yeah, it works every
Okay,
time.
okay,
And
okay.
they're not hard to get rid of.
Yeah,
You
it's
just
ju-
gotta. It's just more like hygiene.
Yeah, it's the other kids.
Well, and
that-
I've heard that like it's a misconception, but it's like actually they lean on to clean hair. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
to clean.
Well, I mean, once they start laying their eggs, that's when it becomes an issue.
Yeah.
Because I mean, once you start laying eggs, then they start nesting in your head. But that's like I said, it all falls down to
Yeah.
hygiene. Like if you keep your kid's head clean, you take him a bath, and you wash his hair on a normal, like a normal parent's supposed to be doing.
Yeah.
Then you shouldn't have no problems with it. But it is when they go back to school and you deal with these nasty ass kids.
Nasty ass.
You deal with these other nasty ass kids.
Yeah, no, it is like
If
that,
Mandy
yeah.
was here, she'd be like, "Yes, you
Yes.
nasty ass kids."
Shout out to our teacher / counselor that you
Yeah, for
missed.
sure.
You could
She
ask
said
shout
when
out.
she sat on your chair, she felt the negativity. She's like,
yeah, she
"This
said
chair
there's
needs."
too much air.
and- yeah.
There's something wrong in this area. I said
What?
it's probably the
There's
lamp.
nothing wrong with
It's probably,
me.
it's probably the lamp.
Yeah, she said she felt like this negative energy, and
Just a regular guy out here.
Yeah. He also,
I
I think she
know.
said she felt lice over there.
Yeah, she did.
Oh, is that
She said something crawling. Do you have a race car? Or a minivan full of junk? Or do you just want your car to look nice? We have the perfect service for you. And the best part of all, they come to you. Call or text Raider Mobile Detailing at 806-283-8322 for a complete interior and exterior detail. Serving all over the DFW, tell them Where's My Sandwich sent you for an exclusive discount.
Daddy?
Action, stepdad.
You're not my dad!
Aw, look at Daddy.
It's not. I got to get on the business.
I love this show. I really do. It's like my favorite show. I never listen to it, but I mean, it's not that I don't listen to it. It's just that I make it. So, do you listen to the show?
I listen to myself all the time.
Really?
Yes.
That's wild.
To take notes to see what I can work on.
Oh no.
Yeah,
I already. It's like I already knew what I said.
my family told me that they listen. Yeah. Yes.
What do they think about it?
They like it. They were like that they just set it up while they're cleaning or doing laundry or whatever, and they watch it, and their husbands are like, "What are you doing over there? You've been there for like an hour."
That's awesome. I like it.
Look, I know this guy.
Yeah,
He's
right?
part of the family.
I think that's what it is. I think we've actually just been doing that for him. Anyways, it's time for everybody's favorite segment. Read It With Stepdaddy. Now, Read It With Stepdaddy is brought to you by, of course, Crazy Margaritas. Back to school is about to start. So if you want to have that last shebang, or celebrate because your kids are finally going back to school. I know my wife is. My wife's like, I can't wait for this kid to go back to school.
Mm-hmm.
Get with Crazy Margaritas. That way they can come and deliver you a margarita machine with 23 something flavors. But you also have to pay for the flavors, so don't. They come with what is the?
2 flavors.
They come with 2 flavors.
Yeah.
At first, and then you just start adding on the flavors on top of that.
Yeah.
And make sure you call them and tell them Where's My Sandwich sent you, so that way you can get 10% off.
$10.
$10. $10 off. All right. So where's that number?
It's 972-679-7482.
All right. So let's see what we have with Rita with stepdaddy.
Did you miss us, stepdaddy?
I sure did. I was like, it's so weird without my children, you know?
Oh, we are your child. We are your children.
Yeah, we are.
All right, stepdaddy. Let me ask you a question.
Lay it on me.
My boyfriend said that my race was the ugliest out of all the Asians. How
Wait,
would you
wait,
feel?
wait.
Wait, what? Say it again.
Oh, I was not ready for that one.
They're what?
Okay, we were saying, sponsorships for the last 2 minutes, and you weren't
Yeah.
ready for this.
No. Okay, go.
There's a backstory behind it too.
Okay.
But this is how she starts it.
All right.
My boyfriend said that my race was the ugliest out of all the Asians. How would you feel?
I'm just kidding. What was the guy gonna say?
I'm Filipino.
Oh my God.
And I'm proud to be one.
I was just taking a guess. I mean, Filipino woman, yeah, beautiful. I mean, I don't know. In Asian beauty standards, I don't know what that, but if somebody look good, I'm like, yeah, she got it.
She Filipino.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Hey, you know they do. They got nice skin, like a nice skin color.
Yeah.
And plus, they got like Hispanic stuff. So you know,
I've heard they're very small and petite.
The Spaniard colonized.
Yeah.
the
they're very
Philippines.
small and petite.
So
So
we
I'm
sympathize.
Filipina and I'm proud to be one. I was hurt when my boyfriend said Filipinos are the ugliest out of all the Asians, and he just laughed and didn't understand why I was upset over that compliment. Over that comment.
Sorry.
He said,
He don't deserve
You're the lucky pretty one. You don't look Filipina. Like today, but you're calling the rest of my family and ancestors ugly? Then one day he told me that I went from being a pretty Japanese girl to a brown Filipina because I got really tan. I got offended and he doesn't understand why I'll be hurt by that comment. I got sad that he couldn't see what he did wrong, and I cried for hours. To me, he called another race beautiful while my race is just inferior. Stepdaddy, how would you react to this?
Like that?
This is
I mean, what was he watching anime? Like, how do you go from white Japanese to
yeah. First of all, what is he?
yeah? What
Does
is
it
that?
say?
I don't know. Let's just say he's white.
Another.
Oh,
yeah.
well, then he ain't got no culture in him.
Let's just say he's white.
He's straight mayonnaise.
Yeah. So, from what,
Apparently, you agree with him. So
no. The real problem came when she was in the sun one day and got a little bit more brown. So it turns, from what I understand, is
He can't
the
get it
brown skin
bothers him.
is what bothers him. And I'm like, hey, dog, what's wrong with brown skin?
I'm brown skinned and I'm proud.
You're my skin color.
You're white. I'm a
You're
white.
you're light complected.
Yeah.
When I used to have
I'm
blonde
brown.
hair, blonde hair, people used to think I was white.
Yeah.
And I remember
I can see it.
And then one time this girl came up to me and she's like, "Are you Greek?" And I was like,
Oh, yes.
I was like, "What makes you think I am?" She's like, "My nose." I was like, "Well, I don't know." I didn't know how to take
It's
that.
like, I gotta let me do some research on Greek noses and then I'll get back to you.
Then I'll get back with you, please.
Yeah, my name's Medusa.
It was just like, yeah. So I would be so fucking offended, dude. Like if, let's say that me and AJ met, right?
All right.
Let's just say.
Just say I met you. I didn't get married.
Yeah. And I was a Filipina, and we were
Filipino?
just Filipina. She
Is
said
it Filipino
Filipina.
or Filipino?
I guess it just depends. on
Filip-
me.
No, or depending,
I
because
thought
they
it was-
use Spanish, so they do
speak
speak Spanish. Yeah,
Yeah.
they got some words. Yep.
And AJ's like, "Oh, so what are you?" And I'm like, "I'm Filipina," and he's like, "Really? You Filipina?
You lie. You full of shit.
You're too pretty.
Oh,
You're
wait,
too
what?
pretty
You're too
for a
pretty?
Filipina." I would have been like, "Bitch."
Yeah.
If you could be any race that aside from what you are now, okay, of course, we're all proud of our race and our ethnicity. But if you could change,
Okay.
what would you want to be?
Ooh. Okay. Just for like,
Just for shits and giggles.
I think like if I was just single, right?
Oh, I gotta be single.
Because
All right, okay, go for it.
if I was just single, and like the first thing, it's like, "Hey, I'm Susanna and I'm Brazilian,"
Oh, okay.
right?
Yeah.
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 Like, I gotta see the backside.
Yeah.
I gotta see
Exactly.
the backside.
Yeah. There you go. Because
Do you?
because if you turn around and you like, I'm Brazilian, but you turn around and you're like,
You're flat, and I'm just
I'm
like,
like,
you're
yeah.
a fucking liar.
all Brazilian for what?
No, you're being like, "You're not Brazilian. You're Salvi."
Actually, no. Salvadorans. we're
There's something.
All right.
There's something. There's something. Thick salvies.
So Brazilian would be your second.
I think it'll be between like Brazilian. If I could be like half Brazilian, meaning the back.
Would you want to be like full,
and the front
full-blooded?
Italian?
Okay.
Brazilian and Italian.
Like the
Brazilian,
front
Italian.
will be Italian.
I feel like that'd be crazy.
and the back will be Brazilian. Right?
Meaning the butt.
Yeah, the butt.
If my booty was Brazilian, I can take over the world.
Why do Brazilians? Why is that the reason why they call it Brazilian butt lift?
Yeah.
Because-
everybody just has a nice booty over there.
But why? Like, what is it? Is
I
it
don't
the
know.
climate that allows when you're born, like your butt?
They just work out, I guess. I don't know.
They
always
walk
have to be-
They walk up
everywhere.
the hills,
Yeah.
like all their houses are on hills.
They dance nonstop, apparently.
I'm gonna have to take a solo trip and
Do your investigation. Can you please do your investigation?
Yeah, I'll do some investigation. I'll video, picture, Polaroid. I'll do it all.
And then you can go to Italy and do your research.
It's for
with
it's
the
for work.
Italian.
I don't want to
It's
go to
for
Italy.
work.
I don't want to go to Italy.
You don't want to go to Italy?
Nah, it's dirty over there.
Is it really?
Oh shit!
Yeah.
Well, wait.
That's what I heard.
We love you and all your food.
I mean,
I will love.
Okay,
to go.
so you would be Brazilian and be
Italian.
Italian.
Yes, yes.
You would want to be a mixed breed.
Yes,
Okay.
yes.
All right. What about you, Jonah?
I would be.
I can I guess
Go.
Mexican.
No.
The way he said it.
Salvadorians get so bad. when
You get
it's-
so pissed.
Hey, I mean,
we clash.
There's nothing wrong.
Wait,
Hey,
why do we clash?
hold on.
Can you explain why do we like not us, but like why?
Why do
why can't we?
Mexicans- Why can't you cannot? How come you cannot tell a Salvadorian if get them respect? Are you Hispanic?
Yeah.
And then if you
No, you can't say. Are you Mexican?
Are you Mexican? Yeah, you can't say. Are
Yeah,
you
no.
Mexican?
No, you can't say that.
What is the origin of that?
I don't know. It was just seeded,
Yeah.
in me from birth.
That
That
you're
they're supposed to hate
fucking
Mexicans.
Salvadorian.
No, I didn't even know. You look.
Go ahead, tell
Let's
us.
get there.
Bro.
When I was in New York growing up,
Okay.
I didn't know anything about Mexico. I thought it was just Puerto Rican, Dominicans, Salvadorians, and then white people that I
I'm
never
not gonna
seen.
lie, I thought the same thing too, but just with Mexicans. I didn't know that there were other like Latino races. I thought
Oh
it was
really?
Mexican when I was
And then you came down to the South, and you knew there was like you found out there was like another world.
Yeah, and then I found out you guys.
little. You guys exist.
Tell me, what do you hate
Wait.
so much about Mexicans?
Is that,
I don't hate
is that when Brittany was like, "Are you not Salvadorian?"
Yeah.
Yes, Brittany.
I'm not
mean-
gonna lie. Whenever she said he's Salvadorian, I was like,
It's the worst. So I feel like the Filipina girl
right now. Yes,
right now
yes.
because
You're
there's
the good.
there's
You're the good
different-
Salvia.
We're the bad, and I'm the only good one. Just kidding.
The Latin America. There's a different.
I've had
Latin
really
America.
good experience with Salvadorians, so. But
Oh,
it's
yeah?
just
Yeah,
like,
me too.
but like you said, it's like, and when you're little, it's just in
Mm.
your head, like, oh,
Yeah, I hear that a lot. Like they're like, "Oh, he's Salvadorian." Maybe it's because the way we talk is different from the way you guys talk.
it's because like Sureños came from Salvador, so we're just like they're all
Mm.
gangsters that just want to kill,
I mean, yeah.
especially
Just
where-
kidding.
Not true, brother. You came from the stead.
Well, yeah. So like wherever I was from in California, it was a lot of Sureños y Norte, like
Yeah.
the gangs. So
Yeah.
it's like that's the only like
Persona. Yeah.
yeah, in California, that was like the only thing that we knew, right? And then I met Jonathan, and everything changed.
So when Brittany said that she was dating a Salvadorian, what did you think?
oh, in my
You're
head,
gonna
I
get
was like,
killed.
no.
You're gonna get killed.
He's like, oh yeah, I killed her.
Murdering app.
Yeah. Yeah. I was just like, oh, really? And then I met him, and I was like, oh,
Yeah, it's just a normal guy.
he's a normal guy.
Are you sure you're not Mexican?
Yeah. So,
Yeah, no.
but yeah, we just we don't hate each other,
Yeah.
right?
So what would
No,
you be?
no, I don't. I would probably be probably from Spain.
You would be a Spaniard?
I mean, even though
Everything,
I probably
everybody
got it in my
comes-
blood. It probably doesn't count.
Yeah,
So,
If you could be
Egyptian,
If you could be
Egyptian.
Egyptian.
yeah.
Ooh, you give me
Like
Egyptian
from
vibes.
back then, I want to know who made the pyramids.
Nice. What about you, Phil?
I'll be black.
Okay, what country?
Why?
I said black.
From where?
Yeah, from where? It's because he wants to drop that.
I want to have a horse.
Oh, I want to change.
I heard Spaniards have
I think they did a study and Ecuadorians
have the
have
smallest.
I wanna be
no the biggest.
Ecuadorians.
Yeah.
Who has the
I want to be
smallest?
Ecuadorian.
No.
Or whatever they're called.
Who's that?
I
Ecuadorian?
want to be an Ecuadorian.
An Ecuadorian.
like an Ecuador, like an Ecuadorian, or
From Ecuador.
yeah, and then be a warrior. So I'm an Ecuadorian.
So like they're just going around, just going up to people. Can I measure your pee-pee?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I don't know.
basically.
I don't know how they conduct their studies,
Yeah,
but
I think I would be. If I know,
Okay, ready?
okay, go.
Men in Sudan, and according to 2024 report
Uh-huh.
this year,
Yep.
men in Sudan have the largest erect penises in the world.
From where?
averaging Sudan.
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 Is that Middle Eastern?
Yeah.
I want to be Middle Eastern.
The next averaging 18 centimeters.
That's me.
What's that in inches?
And then the next one is the Dominican Republic.
I'd rather be a sedan
And then
or sedan. Nissan sedan.
A
I don't
Nissan
know.
sedan. So they say the smallest the smallest one was 4 centimeters. And
They got me on there.
Okay, so
that was random.
so the smallest one was for Cambodia.
I don't want to be there.
I don't know where that's at.
It's in Cambodia.
Oh,
Yeah.
Hey, that's good.
Yep.
Cambodia. Oh my gosh. Like
So where did they measure that?
Yeah.
that's what I'm saying. Like how do you is
I
it
didn't
like
remember.
a,
I don't remember getting that memo. It's like, hey, come let me measure stuff.
oh, it's right next to Malaysia.
Mm.
Thailand is right next to Thailand.
Okay.
So that's
so
where
it's like Asian people have.
Yeah.
No. It's like saying Ecuadorians have the biggest penis. Like everybody in South America has the biggest penis. No.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
So I
So
want to be.
So it's male to. It goes by person to person. You know, if you're blessed, you're blessed. If
What?
you're cursed,
I mean,
you're
I
cursed.
wonder what. How did the size determine? Like, what is it in your gene that you're, got a third arm or a third leg?
Write to us on an email, please.
Yeah.
If you have any insight.
and but
So-
would you want a long one?
Boy, I'll tell you.
Yeah, I would. Yeah, I would. Yeah, I would.
Please.
Yeah, I would. Please. I want that hammer. I want that. I don't want Thor's hammer. I want that.
Yeah.
What's that axe that he has?
Well, I don't know the name of that. The new weapon.
I want the axe. I don't want the hammer.
you
I
want the
axe.
axe.
I want the axe.
Let's see. I want to see where the biggest booty. Natural booty. Natural.
Probably Brazilian.
Let's see.
Because it's sure as hell in Japan.
South Africa.
South
Yeah.
Africa.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like, I
Have you
can
seen
see it.
them? Yeah. Have you seen them
Gotta
with
go
their church outfits? Like
Yeah.
when they go to church and
But I don't
Yeah.
know. Is it attractive? Is that type of booty attractive?
what?
When
Like,
it's just too
super
big?
gigantic. Nah.
Nah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Number 1 is South Africa.
Okay.
Number 2 is Argentina.
America.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, go.
Number 3 is Sweden. 4 is Greece. Maybe that's why she thought it was
Oh,
Greek. It
that's
wasn't
why.
the nose. I'm just playing. Number 5 is Germany. 6 is US. 7 is Russia. 9 is Australian. This has to be wrong. There is nobody in South America, like besides Argentina.
I don't know.
Oh, 8. Oh yeah. Argentina though. Ooh. I
Yeah.
want to be an Argentinian.
There you go.
That's
Yep.
Okay, so butt size,
Colombian.
penis size, genetics definitely determine the overall shape and size. So
Uh-huh.
it is genetics, if that's what you were asking.
Damn. Daddy. No, just kidding.
Is it come from your mom's side or your dad's side?
Okay, I'm not gonna lie. I get my butt from my dad. My mom has no booty. I'm sorry, mom.
I'll have to confirm this. No, I'm just kidding.
Does Don Jesus have a big butt?
Oh man, so that means that booty comes from your dad. Amelia ain't got no kind of booty.
No, it's
Nah,
okay.
hold on. Well, we're getting sidetracked. We gotta get back to this girl. So yeah, it looks like skin tone is his problem. Be whatever his race is. He might be Asian himself because I've heard that like inside the Asian community. I don't know why it's like that, but having darker skin, like not just for like the Asian culture, but for it's like looked down on. Obviously,
You know
you
why?
can tell by the racism
know why?
here.
Why is it?
Because whenever you have darker skin, that means that you work outside and you're poor.
Oh.
And whenever you have light, did you like my facts?
Yeah.
Nice.
I like that.
It
And
makes
whenever you have
sense.
light skin,
Makes
it's because
sense.
you're inside and you're
And you take care of
you
yourself.
take you take care of yourself. You have money to take care of yourself. You know, you have an office job. You're more educated.
Yeah. Like I heard, like in Japan, like the people who are darker, fairer skin in Japan, or like have more darker, they look down on those people. And I mean, when I was growing up, my mom would always tell me, "Get yourself a white girl. Get yourself a white girl." And I'm like, "Why? Why can't? What's wrong with?"
I mean, Brittany
What's wrong
works
with
inside. She don't do nothing outside.
I know. She goes outside. She puts a hat on.
Yeah, she was outside. She had a whole like sombrero.
No,
Yeah.
I got a half white.
I guess that's
So that's why. But I mean, that makes sense what you say. Like the darker, she's like, I don't want to be looked.
Yeah, so it's like probably
My
in
wife
his
ain't no
head,
Libra.
like, ew, like seeing like a darker skin. I mean, that has to be like something going on with the way he grew up, the way he was raised. I mean, if he was making those kind of comments to you,
He
I
ain't the
don't
one.
know.
Yeah,
Yeah.
go away. Bye bye.
Yeah, that's
Imagine like him describing him to like his coworkers and stuff. It's like my wife's
Yeah.
Filipino, but she's
no. He won't even say that she's Filipino. If he's
She's
described,
Asian.
yeah, she's Asian. That's what he's saying.
Yeah.
And then they show a picture. Oh yeah, she, really light skin. They wouldn't even think because he didn't think.
Yeah.
Oh, you're too pretty to be Filipino.
Why would you
They're
date-
pretty because whenever you go online and be like those nerdy white guys that can't get a wife over here and they try to get a
They go to Vietnam.
yeah, they go to freaking the Philippines to go get
Thai,
you know what I
yeah.
mean, to get them a
The
fucking
Taiwans.
girl.
Yeah.
Yeah, so they are pretty.
They
So
are.
He's just fucking.
Yeah.
He's
Yeah. Fuck
stupid.
that guy.
You know what? Fuck you, Brandon. Sounds like
Fuck
a
you.
Brandon.
Yeah, that sounds like a Brandon.
Byron.
Byron, fucking Byron. Well, overall, Jonah, what would you say if you were her and she was making comments and he was making comments to you?
Look,
What would you say?
I mean, you got to tell that motherfucker straight up and be like, bitch. I was like, fuck your race. Go into the kitchen, make me a goddamn sandwich.